guys.
Oh my gosh.
We're back again today. We're going to be talking about what's sexy.
What is sexy?
Do you want to know
Oh my goodness.
what sexy is? I want to know what sexy is.
Oh, stop it. What are you doing? Oh my gosh. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's get
You're
into
so
it.
silly.
No, but I'm going to tell you what's sexy. You
What
want
is?
to know what's sexy?
No, that sound is not
No.
sexy. I can't stand that smacking sound, dude. Dog. Okay, come on.
Okay.
I can't stand that sound.
Do you want to know what's sexy? Do you want to know what's sexy? I'll tell you what's sexy. The first thing that my husband did that I thought was sexy was he got on his knees and started praying for me.
Oh, yeah.
That's sexy.
Yeah, when
Prayer is sexy.
I suppose. You want to tell that story or no?
You can tell it. Go ahead.
It kind of goes like this. Like, when I first met my wife, when I first met Anea, right? She wasn't my wife then. When I first met her, I was living at my mom's house. And, well, I was living with my mom, I guess, and my little sister. And, like, we on our, like, I think it was our first date, too, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
First date. Because we had hung out before, but this was, like, our first date. And so I brought her over to the house, and so, like, I brought her over to the house, and we went upstairs. I had to go get something. My room was upstairs, and I just brought her with me. And I was like, I said, do you want to get intimate? And she looks at me.
He did. And I was like, this dude got me messed up.
Bro, like, in your mama house?
First of all,
Your mama downstairs?
First of all, and then it was like, I don't even know. I hardly know you. You got
like
some
that.
nerve.
What you talking
You
about?
have some nerve up in here.
So I grabbed her hand.
He did. He grabbed my, and as I was processing, like my mind, I was looking like, what? And so he grabbed my hand.
I grabbed her hand, right? I grabbed her hand. And this is a small bedroom, right? This is a small bedroom. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm living in my mom's house, right? It's a small bedroom. I grab her hand and I start moving towards the floor.
Yeah, and I'm thinking
and I
about
get on my
what?
knees, and she gets on her knees right next to me, and I start praying.
He had me shook. I was like, what is wrong with? And then I'm sitting up here because I thought, oh, he's playing. Like, is he playing?
I couldn't read. I was talking to my guy for real.
I couldn't read what was going on because I'm like, now you didn't get me messed. You got the wrong one. Because first of all, ain't nothing happening here. So, I'm sitting up here like, what is he doing? And then he's actually praying, and he's like really praying. And I was confused, but then when I seen that he was like praying, I was like, well, let me get down there too. What is it? we on the floor, we praying and stuff. I'm like, after we finished praying, I was looking, I must have been looking some kind of crazy because I was like, ain't nobody praying for me like this ever before. And I just appreciated it.
That's so funny. So I was praying for you. I didn't remember that part.
You was praying for me.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, ain't no man praying for me.
Oh Lord.
It was, I think, one of the first times that I just saw you as being different.
Yeah.
Because you know how dudes be like, oh,
Yeah,
I ain't like everybody else, girl. And you'd be like, yeah, you're just like everybody else. Because usually that's like the first thing that guys will say when they're trying to holler at you is, well, I'm not like everybody else. I'm different.
Oh, that's funny.
And the difference sometimes comes with the same actions that you didn't see every other guy do. Yeah. But on the real, I have never seen a guy, especially on the first date, was like, let's pray.
Yeah, because we hadn't even known each other for that long. I mean, we like pretty much.
That took bravery because you could have been dealing with somebody who was like, I ain't into that.
Oh, I kind of knew. I mean, I think we had established that you were a believer at that time.
Yeah, but sometimes even though people are believers, don't mean that
Yeah.
They probably you could have had somebody that was like prayer. I thought we was about to do the other thing.
Right. I could have got on my knees and turned around and you would have been ready.
Wait a Okay. Anyways.
At the end of the day, that's that. I don't know. So I suppose, for you, like my thing was this, okay? The things that attracted me about you was like, when I first met you, it was like, when we were talking and you were like, I was like, what do you, and we had to tell maybe the story of how we met one day. But when I first met her and we were sitting here talking, I said, what do you do? And she was like, I work. I was like, okay, I work too, obviously. And then it came around that she was like, oh, I write plays and I write songs. And I was like, oh, because that's what I was, she's into the same things that I was into. And then what sealed it, well, like kind of pretty much sealed the deal, is like, we had exchanged numbers that day, and then the next time that you were like, I think either I called you or you called me, I don't really know, but either way, you were like, what are you up to? And I was like, well, I'm about to go to the studio, and so I was going over to Tavares's house, and you was like, oh, I'll come. I was like, you come? All right, we'll see how this goes. And she came and she hung like because all women aren't in general, your interests aren't always going to be the same. But she came into the studio, she stayed awake, and she stayed engaged, and she hung for the whole time that we were there. And back then I was I'm not in the lab rat right now.
It was because it was like Christian music. It was like Christian music, and I'm like,
oh, I was working on the album.
Yeah, you was working on the album and stuff, and then it was like I was trying to understand, like, God gave me songs that I didn't really understand. I didn't know how to play the instruments. I am not musically inclined to play anything, but I can be like, I could say stuff like, I could say melodies with my mouth, like doom boom 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 boom, Like, I'll be like, the bass should be like doom boom 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 or something like that, And so I had been trying to understand some of the things that God had been giving me concerning melodies. So that was one of the things that was really amazing. Like, we would spend, like, for the beginning of our relationship, we would spend hours in the studio.
Yeah,
like,
I was
it
working
would be
on Truthfully Free, and I was about it.
Yeah, we would be up at 3:00 in the morning, even at the studio IPR, just in there doing.
Thanks, Miles.
Right, just in there doing music. Like, it was a part of both of our passions, and it wasn't even nothing else. We wasn't. Nothing was like side eyeing and nothing. It was nothing going on. We were just like, doing music, like, yeah. And it was just like really, really incredible because, some of those melodies, I would be able to explain to him what they were through me humming it or whatever. And he would just pick it up and be like, oh, it's this. And I'd be like, yeah, actually, that's exactly what it is. So,
yeah. So thankfully that we had at least that commonality between us when we first met, of the two most important things to me, which is my Lord and my passion, which is music.
Yeah.
That's it. And after that, it was just like, legit, we spent 90% of every day up until we got married together.
Absolutely. Yeah, we did. Because it's like, it's like having a best friend. I think that's important, to have a best friend and somebody that you can really, really, really vibe with on a few different levels, like where you can talk about your same interests and the things that you like and stuff like that. Yeah. But we have that. And a lot of time we do spend a lot of time together. Like I said, he works from home, I work from home. A lot of times couples can't handle being by each other.
It's a cause for divorce. That, like, divorce is kicked up during the pandemic because people had to spend too much time together.
Yeah, but you really want, like, one of the things that we just kind of vibe on is our interests, and I think that's sexy.
Yeah, I think it is sexy. What's up, girl? All right. Hey, come on up here. We'll finish this off.
We're going to catch y'all.
Come on, scoot over close.
We're going to catch y'all on the next one.
We'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Thank you. Bye.